Hello everyone and welcome you all. How is Sanskrit the mother of all languages? What is the proof? Well, Sanskrit is one of the noblest languages that human genius has brought forth. Because of its grandeur, it is one of the most difficult to understand. It is the learned language of India, the language of its cultured inhabitants, the language of its religion, philosophy, literature, and science. A language very much alive in the heart life of its people. Sanskrit can be proud that it has never been a living language used in the marketplace. It is a language of the mystics. It is not worldly. That is true. It is something otherworldly. In fact, this is the extraordinariness of the language, that it was only used by a very few people of tremendous understanding. There, each word has immense significance because it is coming out of a deep experience of reality of their own being. Sanskrit is a language that evolved out of the spiritual, not the material, needs of the humans. The deeper a language becomes, the more meanings it develops. And when a language becomes multi-dimensional, it is but natural that it becomes more intricate. Sanskrit is one such language, complicated and intricate. The literal meaning of the word Sanskrit is perfected or perfectly created, sam plus krit. It is important first to identify the unique features of Sanskrit before we go on to the proof. Some of its unique features, which no other language can claim, are the following. 1. Words represent properties instead of objects. This important feature leads to have infinite number of words and makes the dictionaries redundant, because you can make up different words denoting different properties of the same one object. 2. The sounds of letters are fixed and precise from the very beginning. They were never changed, altered, improved, or modified. All the words always have the same pronunciation. Sanskrit does not, and there is no need to, borrow any words from any other language. Sanskrit grammar had been always precise and had never been changed from day one. Thus, Sanskrit is not a product of evolution from an earlier language. Sanskrit language is very profound, where the words convey the inner or essential meaning. Look at the word rupa. Rupa means form. It also means beauty. When you see the beauty in objects, subject and object vanish, leaving only the perceiving or knowing of it. 4th point, there are a total of 52 letters in Sanskrit language. These letters and words are actual reflections of the inherent sound of that object or concept or phenomena. In other words, they are based upon energy or vibration. Saying any word in Sanskrit produces an actual physical vibration parallel to its meaning. That is why mantras in their exact forms are used for healing and are japa meditation. Sanskrit letters are also called matrikas, means mother sounds, that are born out of a primordial sound, Om, A-U-M. Fifth point, Sanskrit words are generated using dhatus, prefixes and suffixes in a precise grammatical order. There are 2012 dhatus in all, which are basically an elementary, indivisible units of the language. Let us take the dhatu kru, means make, to manifest, cause or prepare. Adding suffix ta means krita, meaning something that is done. Kriti means an object obtained or manifested as a result of doing. Now, adding a prefix pra to kriti makes it prakriti, means nature, which is the existence prior to manifestation. Pra denotes before or in front of, or manifestation in a dormant form, prakriti, because it still exists. By adding suffixes and prefixes to a dhatu, we can form new dhatus. And there is no limit to how many times a dhatu can occur in a word. Millions of words, thus, can easily be created this way, in a systematic and scientific way. This feature of Sanskrit also makes the dictionary redundant. 6. Sanskrit uses programming concepts to shorten the language. It uses 8 kinds of vibhaktis to form 24 variations of a noun that would simplify the sentence structure. The following 2 features are made possible by the use of vibhaktis. Number 7. No punctuation marks are necessary. Number 8. Sanskrit is a word order free language. Words can be in any order, meaning is the same. This gives the flexibility to arrange the words in any sequence, so it is poetically pleasing and also easy to remember. This is the reason how the Vedic literature is handed down from generation to generation orally before being committed to writing. 9th point. Every word in Sanskrit has multi-meanings. No word is fixed, solid. It is liquid, flowing. You can derive many meanings through it. It depends on you. Sanskrit has many shades, many colors. It is not a dead stone. It is an alive flower. A reader can change his moods through these words, and he can change his words through his moods. It is said that a reader will interpret a Sanskrit text in a manner consistent with his level of awareness and understanding. 10th point. Sanskrit is a language that composes what has been recognized as the earliest text on the planet, Rig Veda. It is also known that it was an oral tradition long before it became a written language or text. It had to have been in existence for quite some time then, long before most other languages, all of which are far less developed than Sanskrit, far less sophisticated than Sanskrit. Sanskrit has also no need for improvement or evolution. It has been in its pristine form from its conception or inception. So, how could there have been a parental language called Proto-Indian European or Proto-Indo-European. That was the basis of forming Sanskrit, which had to have been almost as sophisticated as Sanskrit, that is said to no longer exist. That is a ridiculous claim. Sanskrit, therefore, is considered to be the oldest language in the world, being at least 6,000 years old and probably much older. According to Genesis 11.1, the whole earth in the beginning had one language and one speech. It is quite possible that Sanskrit is that language. Darwinian evolution cannot explain why and how written language with this kind of precision, accuracy, sophistication appeared suddenly about 6,000 years ago. Now let us look for the clues that Sanskrit language was the original language that was existent everywhere on this planet at one time in the past. First observation: there are overwhelming similarities in the original names of all the places on earth, which indicate that the entire world was named in one tongue at one convergent past. It is funny that most of the ancient place names have no meaning from the local languages. But when all these place names are evaluated in Sanskrit, the meaning is found that fits the description of the nature of that place. Isn't it amazing? These places could be country names, city names, river names, mountain names, etc. Following are some examples. The list describes the present name, its Sanskrit equivalent, and its Sanskrit meaning. Again, the list describes the present name, its Sanskrit equivalent word, and its Sanskrit's meaning. Siberia comes from Shibiria of Sanskrit, meaning region of camps or tents. Soviet, Svet, white, or the land of snow. Russia, Rishika, land of Rishika tribe mentioned in Hindu text Mahabharata. Kandahar, which is in Afghanistan. Gandhara, land of Gandhara tribe mentioned in Mahabharata, which means the fertile land of water pools between Indus River and Kabul River. Burma, Brahma, named after the Hindu god Brahma, northeast land of India. Brahmaputra, river, river born in the land of Brahma. Cambodia, land of Cambodia tribe, mentioned in Mahabharata. Syria, Surya, land of sun. It is sunny in Syria 83% of daylight hours. Maldives, Maladvipa, garland of islands. They do in fact look like a garland. Nepal, Nepalaya, at the foot of the mountains. Malaysia, Malayadvipa, island of mountains, which it is. Afghanistan, Ashwaghanistan, land of great horses. Bhutan, Bhu-Uttan, highlands of the earth, Argentina, Argentina, land of silver. Iran, Irana, desert or salt. Iran is known for its salt deserts. Britain, Brihatstan, great country. Rome, also called Roma, Rama, Hindu god Rama. Rome was found on April 21st, 753 BC, on Rama's birthday. Mexico, Makshika Desha, mentioned in Mahabharata, land of honeybees. Mexico is famous for its honey production and exports. Inca, Inca, containing sun. Ina means sun. Peruvians are known as sun worshippers. Venezuela, Vanojjvala, shining with rainforests. Two-thirds of Venezuela is covered with beautiful rainforests. Arizona, Arjuna, silver. Arizona has large deposits of silver. Utah, Utah, high country. Tennessee River, Tamasee, slow moving. Nile River, Nila, blue. Niger River in Africa. Niger, born of lead. Thames River in UK. Tamas means dark or slow. Arabia, Aravastan, land of horses. Very common to pronounce V as B. Vatican, Vatica, hermitage. Notre Dame, Matrudham, mother's abode. Notre Dame is known as Our Lady in France. Stonehenge, Stavanakunj, meditation bower. Sahara, desert. Sagara, dried up bed of ocean. Town, Sthan, pronounced as stan, minus yes makes it town. Town, place of living. Bury, suffix for many town names in UK, like in Salisbury. So Bury. Puri means town. Village, Vilas, dwelling place. Terrain, Dharani, earth. Dharani became Tarani and then terrain over time. Mediterranean, Madhya Dharaniya, middle of two large land masses of Europe and Africa. Christmas, written as Xmas, X denoting 10, so 10th Mass. Mass in Sanskrit means month, 10th month. 10th month starts in the last part of December per Vedic calendar. Church, place of congregation. Charcha, discussion in a congregation. Now let us look into second area, which is a big part of our culture. Music is a universal language. This is the second observation, music. It is a well-known fact that music has been an important part of all civilizations from the beginning. One of the greatest proofs of humanity having had a head start with Vedic civilization, the oldest, is found in the universality of Vedic music. The current notion that man developed language, music, medicine, science, technology, etc., beginning from a wild caveman stage, does not seem to be plausible. In fact, it is ridiculous. Likewise, the notion that Eastern and Western music developed independently of each other is not accurate. All music originated from Samaveda, one of the four Vedas found in India, 1200 BC. Samaveda lays down the ground rules for music. Saman means song. The biblical stanzas are known as psalms precisely because the stanzas of Samaveda used to be sung in Europe prior to Christianity. Let us examine some of the words associated with music. Psalms comes from samans of Sanskrit, meaning songs, stanzas from Samaveda. Song, sangeet, instrumental music. San means accompanying, geet means song. Sitar, saptar, saptar, 7 wires. Vocal, vachal, pertaining to human voice. Gargle, gala, gur sound produced by throat, gala. Tabla, tal, bala, strength of rhythmic beat. Harmonium, sa, re, ma, niyam, pertaining to 4 of 7 basic notes of Vedic music, sa, re, ma, and ni. Drum, damru, Lord Shiva's music instrument that makes dham dham sound, representing or producing Om. Piccolo, Pikavali, row of sweet notes by cuckoo bird called pika. Band, like a music band. Band, tie or group, tied together. Kavali, Kavyavali, row of versified lines. Lilting, Lalit, means enchanting. Rhythm, rhythm, a systematic arrangement. Prosody, prasadi, rhythmatic sound. Foot in poem comes from charan of Sanskrit, which means foot. Poet, bhat, person capable of composing poems. Ballad, bal da, that which imparts strength, energy, and inspiration. Guitar, geet tar, song produced by a string. Piano, veena, Vedic sage Narada's instrument. Veena became Beena, Beano, piano. Similar connections can be found in the areas of time and earth measurements, astrology, education, arts, weights and measures, architecture, etc. This is undeniable evidence that Sanskrit was once used as the common language throughout the world. In summary, since all words of Sanskrit denote their property and are traceable to specific roots, a feature that has always been intact from day one and which is not seen in other languages, one can presume that Sanskrit is most certainly the origin of all civilized or structured languages in the world. As an example, take the word danta, D-A-N-T-A, pronounced like danta. We know that it means a tooth. We have to use our teeth to pronounce the sound of the word danta. The tongue has to make an impact on the teeth. You will note this phenomena when you ask a toothless person to say danta. He will not be able to vocalize the word clearly. English word dental comes from danta. Dental or variations of this word are also used in other European languages. However, we get the sound dental as a result of the tip of our tongue touching our upper palate. We don't need teeth to pronounce dental. So, danta must be the root form of the word denoting tooth. So, you see it now. It is only in Sanskrit that the sound or formation of the word itself signifies its property or meaning. Sanskrit is a wordy form of mathematics, everything precisely defined. Sanskrit has no need to borrow any words from any other language. It has been in its pristine form from the beginning. Sanskrit, therefore, could not have been a derivative of any other language. Sanskrit is the source or mother of all languages. It is said that Lord Shiva, as the apparent creator, formed Sanskrit letters from the primordial sound of Om, A-U-M, pronounced as Om, O-M, while playing his music instrument Damaru. English word drum is a distorted form of Damaru. I am in Sanskrit means thisness and comes from Om, A-U-M. A-U-M is considered to be the sacred soundless sound from which the universe has apparently emanated. Om. Western definition of God as omnipresent, omniscient, and omnipotent originated from the all-encompassing Om or Om. The impersonal sense or feeling of presence or the sense of being aware, I am, here and now, is the only truth in manifestation that is not a concept. Is it not easy to see that the English word I am comes from Om? The English word script means written text. Is it not easy to see that the word script comes from the pronunciation of script from Sanskrit? Thank you.